You train, you sweat, your chest burns, arms shake, breathing gets heavy. But when it's time to test your progress, you barely get 30, and suddenly, the mirror hits harder than any workout ever did. One thought cuts through everything. Why the hell am I still this weak? It's the same cycle, over and over. You start fired up, hit your workouts every day, maybe see a bit of progress. But there's always that invisible ceiling, 10, 20, 30 push-ups, and then shut down. Like your body has some built-in limit that refuses to budge, no matter how hard you push. And that's when the frustration kicks in. That ugly feeling like maybe you just weren't built for this. You start questioning everything. The plan, the effort, yourself. You wonder if you're broken, if you're missing some secret gene that makes others stronger. And while you're stuck in your head, your body keeps coasting, doing just enough to get by, but never enough to break through. But here's the raw truth no one's telling you. It's not about how hard you push, it's about how you train. Your body is insanely adaptable, but only if you hit it with the right kind of intensity. And that's where most people screw it up. They do neat little routines, stick to their safe zones, and expect radical growth. It doesn't happen. Most workouts? They're built for comfort. Even when they look hard, they're still predictable. Same sets, same reps, same burn. But growth doesn't live in repetition, it lives in disruption. And unless you break that comfort loop, your body's just going to stay where it is, stuck. There's a whole different way to train. One that's not flashy, not easy, and not for everyone. It demands more from your mind than your muscles. But for the ones who stick with it, it builds more than strength. It creates control, stamina, and a body that doesn't quit when it counts. It's called the ladder push-up method, a system used by elite bodyweight athletes to push performance far beyond the average gym routine. But here's the catch. 99% of people quit in the first week. Why? Because this method exposes everything. It rips away comfort, forces you into a zone where your ego collapses and your only fuel left is grit. And that zone, where most people stop, is exactly where the body that never quits is built. If this is already hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next might just change the way you train forever. Why you're still stuck at 10 reps. Everyone starts with energy. You see someone pumping out 50, 80, even 100 push-ups in one set and think, if I train hard enough, I'll get there. But weeks go by, months, and no matter how much effort you throw at it, your reps stay stuck. 10, maybe 15 on a good day. And the worst part? That same crushing fatigue shows up every time, as if your body's stuck in a loop it can't break. It's not your willpower. It's not your genetics. What's holding you back is something far more hidden, the way your body interprets the work you're doing. Because if your training isn't intelligent, your body stops adapting. It learns how to survive your workout instead of being forced to grow from it. It conserves energy. It locks into cruise control. And just like that, your progress plateaus, no matter how much you grind. It's like trying to learn a new language by repeating the same 5 words over and over. You feel like you're practicing, but nothing's evolving. Your brain tunes it out. And your muscles? Same thing. If every session looks and feels the same reps, same rest, same rhythm, your body learns to coast. It memorizes the routine. And that invisible ceiling above your push-up count? It gets reinforced. But there's one more layer to this. Your body also learns how not to suffer. With repetitive, predictable training, it finds shortcuts. It figures out how to distribute effort in a way that reduces real strain. So not only are you not progressing, you're teaching your body how to avoid the very stress that leads to transformation. That's not strength. That's survival mode. So if it feels like there's a glass ceiling over your push-ups, you're not imagining it. It's real. But here's the good news. It's not permanent. That ceiling was built by bad patterns, weak stimulus, and lack of progression. And it can be shattered. But the way to do it? That's where most people go wrong. The hidden mistakes most people make in their push-up training. Training wrong doesn't always look wrong. In fact, it often looks clean, disciplined, even by the book. 5 sets of 15 reps, 3 times a week. Rest perfectly timed. Form nice and tight. On paper, solid. But underneath the surface, something else is happening. Your body's getting bored. See, that kind of structure only works for beginners. For the first few weeks, sure, you'll feel sore, maybe even stronger. But then your body catches on. It starts calculating, predicting, saving energy. It knows exactly what's coming next. And once that happens, every rep you do becomes maintenance, not growth. Now think about it. If you're doing the same number of reps, the same movement, with the same level of effort, why would your body change? It won't. That's not training. That's just repeating. And repetition without evolution is the fast lane to stagnation. It's why so many people sweat every day and still look the same in the mirror 6 months later. Another massive trap? Chasing volume without pressure. People think doing more reps automatically means progress. So they stack it up, 20, 30, 40 push-ups, but never pass their comfort zone. They stay in a range the body already dominates. And the result? A lot of movement. 0 breakthrough. But here's what most people never get. There's a massive difference between fatigue and stimulus. Just because your chest is burning doesn't mean it's growing. Real change happens when you force your body into adaptation, when you hit it with something it hasn't seen before, something that shocks the system into rebuilding itself stronger. And yes, that kind of training exists. It's brutal. It's direct. It's what your body actually responds to. And it's coming up next. The method that builds strength, endurance, and control. All at once, enough theory. Here's the game changer, the ladder push-up method. This isn't some fitness trend or social media challenge. It's a protocol used by serious bodyweight athletes who rely on raw, functional strength. And the setup? Simple. The effect? Unreal. Because unlike traditional training, this method blends max effort, smart variation, and progressive overload into one continuous assault on your limits. Here's how it works. You start with the hardest push-up variation you can handle. Say, decline push-ups. No set number, no timer. You go to failure. That breaking point where your muscles give out. Then, without resting, you drop to the next level, maybe standard push-ups, and hit that to failure 2. Then again, drop, incline push-ups, failure. Finally, finish on your knees. By the time you get there, everything's shaking. This isn't just about wearing yourself out. What you're actually doing is unlocking a deeper layer of strength. Each step down activates different muscle fibers. Some you've never even accessed before. You're training your nervous system to stay in the fight, even when your body's screaming to quit. And that's what separates the average from the elite. What's wild about this method is that it doesn't just target one thing. It trains 3 major systems at once: pure strength, muscular endurance, and active recovery. Because as one part of your body fails, another kicks in. your muscles learn to shift, support, and survive, even under pressure. That kind of coordination, it rewires your whole movement pattern. And the transitions are the secret sauce. No resting, no catching your breath. Each shift keeps your body guessing, forces it to respond in real time. And every cycle you complete, you feel it. Not just fatigue, but activation. Muscles that weren't firing before suddenly wake up. Over weeks, those shifts compound. The ceiling? Gone. But there's one part of this that nobody talks about. Because while the physical benefits are real, the mental transformation? That's where this method goes next level. What happens to your mind when you train to failure? Everyone loves to talk about gains, more muscle, more reps, better performance. But the real separator? It's not your chest. It's your mindset. Because training to failure, real failure, doesn't just burn your muscles. It breaks your mental comfort zone. And that's exactly why most people bail out. In a regular set, you hit your limit and stop. You feel tired, maybe sore, but you're still in control. With the ladder method, that control disappears. Your breath falls apart. Your arms go numb. Your brain starts firing panic signals. And suddenly, the decision to continue isn't about muscle anymore. It's a mental battle. And your brain has never felt more exposed. Here's what's wild. The more you train like this, the more your mind adapts. That voice in your head, the one that screams, "Stop!" starts losing power. Not because it goes silent, but because you stop listening. You train your nervous system to ignore early fatigue signals and keep going. That kind of override? It builds something deeper than strength. It builds grit. And this adaptation isn't just mental fluff. There's real science behind it. You start activating neural pathways that improve muscle recruitment. Your coordination tightens. Your response time sharpens. You move cleaner. You push harder. And most importantly, you last longer. Not just physically, but emotionally when it matters most. There's also a hidden benefit no one mentions. Confidence. Not motivational poster confidence. Real confidence, earned through pain. Because when you've been face down on the floor, shaking, drenched, and you still finish the set, you know what you're made of. That kind of knowing doesn't leave you. It shows up in how you walk, how you train, how you face the rest of life, and that's when your body starts to reflect something deeper. Your chest looks fuller. Your shoulders hold tension differently. Your whole posture changes, not from aesthetics, but from owning your effort. But there's still one critical piece left. How to reach 90 push-ups. Without breaking your body, training to failure is powerful. But if you do it wrong, it becomes a trap. You don't build a superhuman body by wrecking it day after day. Real growth lives in the balance between aggression and recovery. Push too hard without letting your body rebuild. And instead of evolving, you burn out. The ladder method isn't meant to be done every day. 3 to 4 times a week is the sweet spot. Alternate days. Let your nervous system reset. Let your muscles repair. That's where the magic happens. Not just in the grind, but in how your body responds afterward. People who try to force this daily, they end up injured, exhausted, and mentally checked out. That's not toughness. That's sabotage. You also have to learn the difference between productive pain and warning signs. Real failure burns, but it's controlled. You know where it's coming from. But sharp, unusual pain? That's your body waving a red flag. Learn to listen, not to quit, but to stay in the game long term. The goal isn't just a big set. It's a stronger, smarter system. Now here's what most people don't believe. But it's true. Within a few weeks, your body starts adapting fast. You'll feel it. More control in each push-up. More reps before failure. A tighter chest. Steadier shoulders. And in 2 to 3 months of consistent training, paired with solid nutrition and rest, going from 10 to 50, 60, even 90 push-ups in a row isn't just possible. It's expected. But don't get it twisted. The method works, but it's not magic. You've got to show up. You've got to commit. And you've got to hold yourself to a standard that most people won't. That means clean form, full reps, no shortcuts. Chasing numbers with bad technique? That's just lying to the mirror and still looking weak. Because in the end, doing 90 push-ups isn't about bragging rights. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about proving to yourself that you can cross a line most people never will. Not because your body's different, but because your mindset is. You've been lied to long enough. That voice telling you that doing more reps will somehow unlock more strength. That repeating the same set over and over will eventually lead to a breakthrough. It won't. Because what really builds a powerful body and a resilient mind is training that demands more than just movement. It demands decisions under pressure, reps with purpose, pain with direction. The ladder push-up method isn't just another routine. It's a test of focus, of discipline, of how far you're willing to go when things stop being comfortable. And if you've been stuck at 20, 30, even 40 reps for months, it's not because you're weak. It's because your training has been soft, even when it looked intense. Now you know better. You know why your body's been stuck. You know what's been missing. And more importantly, you know what to do about it. Because this isn't about doing 90 push-ups for bragging rights. It's about building a system that doesn't give up, that doesn't freeze at failure, that doesn't stop just because it hurts. And here's the part no one tells you. When you break through in your training, you start breaking through in everything else. That fire you build under pressure, it follows you outside the gym, into your work, your focus, your discipline. You stop being the guy who almost changes and become the one who does. So now, the question's on you. What's the one thing you're changing in your training after this? If this video gave you at least one aha moment, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's keep building this together. And remember, it's not about how many push-ups you can do. It's about the ones you fight through when everything inside you says, quit. That's where real strength lives. That's where respect is earned.